The Mile High. Since childhood, I was fond of my father's parables. My favorite was the clever fox and the hapless rabbit. The fox stalked the rabbit, waiting. It easily avoided the hunter's traps and watched until the rabbit came close to one set of spring jaws. The fox calmly came into the open, intentionally giving his location away. The rabbit shot away instantly. The fox leapt, anticipating the rabbit's move. Crimson paws landed to carefully block its path. The rabbit darted in a different direction. The fox bounded again. The rabbit diverted once more, as if the fox were an Australian shepherd herding mindless sheep. The rabbit fell into the trap, just as the fox planned. Sharp metal jaws pierced its soft, delicate fur and clamped into its body. The rabbit struggled, attempting to loosen itself and escape. It waited for the fox to consume it, but the fox merely sat on hind legs and watched it bleed out slowly, listening silently to the pleas and prattling. "Papa, why didn't the fox eat the rabbit?" I said, tucked neatly under the covers. "It was easy food for the fox, right?" "My dear child," my papa said, kissing me lightly on the forehead. "It was never about the food for the fox." He lifted himself off the bed and flickered the light off near my bedroom door. "Think about what that means, Lilith." He closed the door ever so gently. I've been thinking about that true meaning of that parable every day since. People board the plane while the jet engines throttle. Chattering ensues, and my co-worker's voice booms over the loudspeaker. As usual, no one is listening. They rummage through their bags for books, magazines, or playing cards. I smile and help direct people to their seats, pausing to help an old lady with her overhead luggage. I politely refuse to fetch her food and drink before takeoff. My job is a blessing. I get to meet the most intriguing people and hear the most interesting stories, just like the clever fox and the hapless rabbit. On a flight to Jordan, I met a lovely man who collected mud and salt from the Dead Sea. He made bespoke cosmetics for affluent customers across the Middle East. Fine work. His products were top-notch quality. His skin was absolutely flawless, beautifully bronzed, supple, and smooth. Much better than mine, I admit. I was even a little jealous. I encountered another fine gentleman traveling from France, a young nomadic philosopher. He eagerly soaked up and shared new ideas with everyone he met. He was a wonderful conversationalist. My mind was never the same after him. I still don't know how to answer the question, is your life worth living? Then a dashing soul from Jamaica who cooked incredible jerk chicken. His friends and neighbors donated money for him to travel the world and share the life-changing experience of his heavenly cuisine. His flavor was both intense and delicate, a quality combination of one of the greatest things I'd ever eaten. I'll never forget. The seatbelt sign dings. I stalk the aisles and motion to the passengers. "Strap your seatbelts and stow away your tray tables," I repeat. Rules are rules. Oh, who is that? A striking man with captivating eyes, 5 o'clock shadow, and thick eyebrows sits in 7A. Walking close by, I restate my directions to him. He obliges, intentionally smiling. Cute dimples decorate his gorgeous face. I thank him and place my hand over his momentarily. Subtle is key. The captain orders the attendants to take their seats. I find mine and strap in. I wonder what his story is. The engine grows louder, and the plane shakes and rumbles. The black-haired girl in row 8 cry to their mother. They don't want to be like the birds. The blonde-haired boys in row 14 laugh and pretend the plane is a spaceship, preparing to enter a galaxy far, far away for their grand adventure. Among the adult passengers, some hardly notice the rumbling plane, while others hold on and fear the small possibility that these moments are their last. The jet engines accelerate, the plane ascends, and metal panels on the wings adjust to the air. Slight turbulence jostles the cabin until we reach the perfect altitude and soar gracefully. I unstrap and begin my rounds, offering drinks, blankets, and hot towels. I make everyone feel as comfortable as possible, especially my admirer. I don't make it too obvious. A grin here and there, extra juice with his meal, multiple visits to probe about his comfort. He responds with wider smiles and innocent gratitude. A voice over the loudspeaker alerts us of our imminent landing. I recite my scripted lines. Fasten your seatbelts, make sure your trays are stowed, and your chairs are in the upright position. My admirer completes my instructions before I finish speaking. He gives me a wink. I can't wait to hear his story. The wheels bounce hard on the runway and whir loudly until the brakes kick in. Everyone peels themselves from the backs of their chairs, some thanking God for their safe landing. Lights flick on, seatbelt buckles click, and overhead cabinets crash open like high school lockers. I wish passengers a good evening as they depart. It's time for the boring part, cleaning the aisles, checking for forgotten items, and preparing for the next flight. I finally finish and exit the plane. Waving goodbye to my coworkers, I round the corner and am pleasantly surprised. The handsome gentleman waits for me. He makes a tactful motion to join him. I walk with him. His name is Adam, and I'm ready to taste his fruit. But we keep a comfortable distance for now. At the cocktail bar, I gently grab his arm and lead him inside. We sit much closer and casually exchange light touches. Sweet little whispers. I compliment his dimples. He compliments my smile. I say he's cute and he invites me to his hotel room. Not even dinner first? He's bold. I like that. I've heard there's a lovely diner called Mile High around the corner. Why not pick me up there in an hour? I say. Plenty of time to change these uncomfortable clothes. Preparation pays. He smiles and drags a finger along my forearm before rushing off to immigration. My body buzzes. What life has this man led? What obstacles has he overcome? I want to know everything. In the bathroom, I pull on my favorite scarlet evening gloves. A beautiful ritual. Adorning casual clothes from my luggage. I apply light makeup, change wigs, and gather my bags. A taxi takes me to the diner. The driver grumbles since it's a short ride. I tip him an extra $1 with apologies for the trouble. You can tell the Mile High is a classic diner by the permanent stench. Smoke is practically embossed into the seats. Every table wobbles, and my girl by the Temptations forever loops on the jukebox. Coffee-stained aprons hang near the kitchen. The cash register is unmanned. Tables are still dirty from earlier meals, and the workers have the lights dimmed to dissuade customers. No matter. I don't intend to bother them. I enter the bathroom and change my clothes once more. The first outfit doesn't fit my mood. I adjust my makeup, remove my current wig, and put on another. The car horn startles a sleeping waitress behind the counter. It must be him. I don't linger. As I approach the car, he looks befuddled. I assure him it's still me. He chuckles. He's intrigued. He beckons me inside. We check into a hotel under his name and proceed to his room. We talk quietly and laugh at his corny jokes. Caressing him as he carries our bags to the room, I catch a pleasant sandalwood and cinnamon aroma on his skin. I feel warm. Despite the long flight, you smell nice, I say. No easy feat. I've had a lot of practice, he says, grinning. He's confident, too. I'm in love. The hotel room is pristine. We put our stuff in a corner, away from anything that might stain. We will need the space later. He offers me a drink from the minibar, and we toast to our fortuitous meeting. I finally build up the courage to ask, "What is your story?" He travels the world selling cologne to different retailers. He tells me about the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy and the sexy robot maze being developed in Tokyo. Every time I hear a story like this, the narrative comes alive. I absorb it and birth it anew. I chuckle softly to myself, and he asks about my story. I like to demonstrate my stories, I say. Meeting his eyes, I move closer as I drop each item of my clothing to the floor. I take the glass from his hand and put it on the table beside us. He closes the remaining distance and caresses my skin. His lips go down, down, down. I can hardly wait to feel him. He picks me up and tosses me on the bed. I barely have time to spread myself. I pull on his hair and try not to scream. I don't succeed. Our time together is perfect, fierce but beautiful. We both collapse atop the moist sheets. He had a long flight and wants to rest for his long day tomorrow. He rapidly falls asleep. I watch him and think of everything we've shared. I slip off the bed. From my checked luggage, I withdraw a leather sheath and free a shining silver hunting knife. My favorite. I've practiced with it since I was a child on rabbits and foxes alike. I select the body towel from the bathroom. Size does matter. I tread softly to my sleeping prince and position the knife into my left hand to hover over his neck. It enters his skin so easily like butter. I put the towel over his mouth and feel his lips opening in a silent scream. He coughs, he fights, he shakes. His story ends. I'll never forget you, I whisper. When his mouth closes, I lay next to him. His blood covers me. His essence surrounds me. I thank him for his story and for the night of ecstasy. I put my gloves on and dip my fingers in the blood and write his story on the sheet so nobody will forget what an exquisite man he was. Then I shower thoroughly and let the steaming water flow from my naked head to my feet. After, I sterilize the room with my cleaning kit to remove any possible fingerprints. I put on new clothes, decide on the brunette wig, and leave. I take another taxi to the Mile High. The waitress is still asleep and doesn't notice me coming in. In the restroom, I change into a third outfit and throw the gloves away, ensuring they are deep in the trash and covered with other rubbish. I wash my hands and look into the mirror, admiring my beauty. After, I politely wake up the waitress to order breakfast. I'm famished. The news plays on the black and white TV behind the counter. Law enforcement investigates a string of grisly murders, spanning more than 17 countries. The culprit leaves cryptic parables written within the victim's blood. Authorities have reason to believe the killer is female. They have no further leads at this time. Sounds fascinating. I wonder what her story is.